Thank you, Father Coop, Reverend Fathers, and my brothers. Man, it's awesome. I'm always suiting up the guys, so I got to suit up myself for the first time. My story starts pretty much in the 8th grade. It was a pretty awkward time in my life, but then again, like up to that point, it was pretty awkward to begin with. But the reason why it was so awkward is because that was a time when everyone was telling me, Stephen, this is what you got to do in life. You even take tests. You got to take tests. Stephen, you're good at math, so you're going to be an engineer. Or Stephen, this is what I did. Look how much money I made. You got to go to college and do this. And basically, it all boiled down to this: you go to high school, go to college, get a job, work until you're retired, and then die. Like, that was it. And granted, at this point in my life, like 8th grade, I didn't know the faith. Like, I didn't even care. I knew nothing. I went to CCD. I went to Mass with my parents, but that was it. Life, that theorem that they presented to me, it was pretty scary. Like, it wasn't something I wanted. And again, this is awkward time in my life, all these voices, but one voice in particular really spoke to my heart and made me realize that theorem was wrong, that it's not just about working and then dying, right? That there's something else. And it wasn't until my dad showed me a CD. He gave me a CD, and I remember it very well. It was by a historian named Oliver DeMille, and he talked about, he was trying to explain what it meant to be an American. So American is this little adjective, but it's a special adjective, because American can be un-American, right? So American is so special that there's things that make it so that one can be an American, such that you could also be un-American. For example, there exists the adjective Chinese, but there exists no adjective un-Chinese. You cannot be un-Chinese. It just doesn't work. But you can be un-American. Okay, so he tried to explain this, and this is, I was like, I never thought about it. And in order to describe what an American was, he went back to the founding generation, some of the first Americans. And he was going through all this stuff, and one thing absolutely just, like I said, it just changed how I thought about my entire life. He said that they believed in providence with a capital P. Providence means that not only do you believe in God, but you believe that God has a specific purpose for you, that you're here for a reason. In fact, they believed this so much that when they would go over to Europe, people would point and laugh at them. They'd say, you believe that your happiness, that your purpose, the thing that you're supposed to do on this earth is contingent upon a higher power? That's stupid. Why would anyone do that? Why don't you just live how you're supposed to live by yourself? And it struck me, that's exactly what those people who posited that theorem to me. You're supposed to just work, retire, die. That was, that's what it seemed to me. Now, if you go over to Europe, you get laughed at because Americans are pathetic. You don't get laughed at because you're pursuing excellence. You get laughed at because we're pathetic. And I'm like, if I'm going to get laughed at either way, I might as well do it because I'm excellent. God put me down here. He gave me this life so I could be excellent and live it for Him. That was my entire prayer life after that. Now it's different, but for 2 years, that was basically my prayer to God. I've never prayed before, but it was, Lord, what is my purpose? I want to live excellently for you. I want to know what my purpose is so I can live it with you. And it wasn't until 10th grade that my prayer was answered, because I was going to Mass. I was actually going to Mass and enjoying it, because now I was getting into the faith. And my priest, Father Al Burkhart, if any La Crosse guys heard of him, he asked me if I'd ever thought about being a priest, which of course I haven't, but I thought about it. And my mom, moms, they get all excited when they know that they get all excited when their son starts thinking about that stuff. So like a good mom, she took me on a retreat. And when I got there, I saw the seminary, and I was like, there are men who are actively pursuing excellence every day of their lives. Like, they're actively pursuing what they were created to do. That's what my prayer was about. That's what I want. I want to actively pursue excellence every day of my life. I would later learn that that's called holiness. Surprise. And brothers, that is why I'm here. So praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.